How's it going today, guys?
Hey, Coach, how you doing? We saw Trent Brown return to practice today. What was it like seeing him back out there, and what do you expect for him going into Sunday?
Well, we'll find out. We still have a couple more days to get him acclimated to our game plan, and he's been out for a while, as you know. So it's good to see him back out here, but I won't make any more statements than that.
Yeah, John, Jerry McDonald. I know Carl Joseph missed a game recently, and then he came back and got 12 snaps, but they've been kind of working him back in. What have you seen on film from him? Does he look like the same guy that did some pretty good things for you last year?
Yeah, still a real physical player. He has range on the back end, and he's got very good instincts. He's a contact player. I've always liked Carl, and look forward to seeing him.
Is that it, guys? Oh, there we go, Adam.
Coach, how concerned maybe, or how much are you monitoring the weather situation Sunday?
Yeah, we've done a good job of that, practicing with wet footballs, receivers catching it, quarterbacks throwing it. It's hard to simulate the cold. It's hard to simulate the potential wind. But we will go to the stadium tomorrow for a little bit. But it's hard to simulate when you live in Las Vegas. It's hard to simulate Cleveland, Ohio. I'm from there, so we'll try to get used to the elements as soon as possible.
John, I know it's probably a skill that you would rather not have to exploit, but Trent's been able to play pretty well with minimal practice time. What goes into that?
Well, he's a great player. He's all pro. I think it starts there. Very few people can do it. What Rodney Hudson did last week with no practice, what Gabe Jackson and Colton Miller and Denzel did last week with no practice against that defense was stunning to me. But when you have really good players, some of them are able to get by with less practice time. But as a coach and a guy that spent a lot of time in football, practice is very important. This is a team. 11 men have to execute their assignments. There's timing and there's a lot of details that go into it, as you know. But to answer your question, it's the talent level that he has that really helps him get by in situations like this. But we don't know really. I want to find out what his wind is. He had COVID-19, which is a serious deal. So we have to find out what his conditioning's like. There's a lot of other things that weigh into this as well.
Sean, kind of like what you were just saying about the weather inclements and you being from Cleveland, Ohio, even at this stage in your career, do you still take a lot of pride and a lot of, excitement in going into your hometown trying to take a win?
Well, I was from Sandusky, really. My dad and mom are from Cleveland, but if you pick up the phone book, there's actually some Grudens that live there. So it's kind of cool. It's the only phone book I've ever picked up where there's some Grudens. So it would be nice to win a game in front of some fellow Grudens.
Go ahead, Adam.
Coach, you mentioned Gabe Jackson a minute ago. I just want to know if there's any further discussion or clarity from the league about what happened last week.
Do you have any clarity? I don't either.
All right, last question, Jesse.
Hey, John. I'm just curious with this Browns defense, what kind of jumps off the page to you in terms of how they've been able to come away with so many turnovers?
Well, it starts with attacking the quarterback. Usually when you're good at creating turnovers, you put the quarterback under duress. Myles Garrett he's the cream of the crop. He's one of the very best in football. He's caused a lot of problems and turnovers, and he forces the ball to come out quick. Olivier Vernon's a good player. Richardson is still a very good player. And they have a nose tackle that's an outstanding player. They got a good front, and they use their blitzes very creatively, but they attack the pocket. And they've done a nice job of getting after the quarterback, and that's where it all starts. And they play good zone defense with great team pursuit. And guys like Carl Joseph and this linebacking core can rock you and knock the ball out. And they've got 14 takeaways. We have 3 takeaways. And that's a big reason why they're 5-2 and we're 3-3.
Thank you, guys.
You guys have a good time. See ya.